The high school hallway pulsed with noise. Lockers slammed, sneakers squeaked, and laughter echoed through the crowd like static. Students darted between clumps of friends, phones in hand, gossip flowing as fast as the Wi-Fi. Somewhere in the middle of it all walked Maya Lee, quiet, small, and unnoticed, just the way she preferred it. She kept her eyes low and her steps light. The weight of her backpack barely registered against the heavier weight that always hung around her neck, a silver heart-shaped locket on a thin chain, dulled at the edges from years of wear. Her fingers rested on it now, like she always did when the noise got too loud. Inside the locket was a photo, a picture of her and her mom at the beach, both smiling, frozen in time. Her mom had given her the necklace on her 12th birthday. A year later, cancer had taken her. Maya never took it off. Not once. She passed a row of lockers and was almost through when a sudden burst of laughter stopped her cold. Ashley Granger leaned against the wall, flanked by her usual shadows, Brielle and Tasha. They wore matching smirks and oversized egos, the kind that fed off weakness. Ashley spotted Maya instantly. Her eyes lit up, like a predator that just caught the scent of blood. Well, Ashley drawled, pushing off the lockers. If it isn't little orphan Maya. Maya stiffened. She tried to move past, but Ashley stepped in front of her, blocking her path. The crowd thinned as if it sensed something was about to happen. Cute necklace, Ashley said, reaching out. Still clinging to mommy's jewelry. Maya pulled the necklace into her palm, shielding it. Please, she said, voice low. Don't touch it, Brielle snorted. She's still wearing that thing. What is it? A mood necklace from the 90s. Tasha leaned in. I heard she talks it at lunch. Maya's jaw clenched, but she didn't respond. She wasn't going to give them what they wanted. Not the anger, not the tears, nothing. Her mom had taught her that silence is power. Still, her grip tightened. Ashley's smile widened. Slow, cruel, deliberate. What's the matter? Cat got your tongue, or are you just afraid you'll cry in front of all these people again? Maya looked down at the floor, willing her legs to move, willing herself to walk away. Then she felt it, a sudden tug. The necklace yanked forward, slipping through her fingers. The chain snapped. No. The heart-shaped locket hit the tile with a metallic clink that echoed louder than the hallway chatter. It bounced once, twice, then split open. One half slid across the floor. The photo slipped out and landed face up beside Ashley's designer sneakers. The hallway went quiet. Maya stared at the broken pieces. Something in her chest cracked open. Ashley looked down, then slowly bent to pick up the photo. She held it up like trash. Ah, look at baby Maya and her cancer mom. Touching. Maya's breath came in slow, tight pulls. Her fists clenched at her sides. Not from fear, from heat, from pressure, from something old and buried that was clawing its way to the surface. Ashley glanced at her, smirking. Oops, guess it wasn't made to last. Just like your. Her mouth didn't get to finish the sentence. Maya moved. One step forward, pivot, and then her right leg came up in a blur. Her foot connected with Ashley's ribs in a spinning hook kick that sent her sprawling into the lockers. The crash was thunderous. Ashley hit the ground hard and didn't get up. Gasps rippled down the hall. Brielle screamed and took a step forward. Bad idea. Maya stepped into her space and delivered a lightning-quick front kick to her stomach. Brielle folded like paper and dropped to her knees, coughing. Tasha backed away with both hands up. I didn't do anything, she stammered, eyes wide. Maya didn't move. She just stared at her, eyes calm and cold. Tasha turned and ran. Silence reigned. Everyone stared. Phones were out now, recording. Maya walked slowly to the broken necklace on the floor. She picked up the two halves of the heart, the photo, and the chain. Her hands shook just slightly, but her face was stone. Someone near the lockers whispered, "Holy crap, she's like a ninja." Maya ignored them all. She slipped the photo into her pocket, stood tall, and walked away. No tears, no words, just the quiet power of someone who had finally stopped letting the world take things from her. And someone who had just reminded everyone that grief doesn't make you weak. Sometimes, it makes you dangerous. The white hospital walls hummed with the soft rhythm of beeping machines and distant footsteps. Fluorescent lights buzzed overhead, casting a sterile glow over the 3 beds lined in a row. Ashley Granger lay in the center bed, her right arm suspended in a sling across her chest, face bruised along the jaw where it had met the locker door. Her phone sat untouched on the side table. No selfies today. To her right, Brielle sat slouched forward with an ice pack on her stomach. Every time she moved, she winced. Tasha had a sprained wrist and a mild concussion, though she insisted she tripped while trying to run, not that anyone believed her. What stung more than the injuries was the silence. None of them spoke. The door creaked open, and a nurse stepped in with a clipboard and a wary glance. "How are we feeling today?" she asked, her voice too chipper. Ashley grunted something that wasn't quite a word. The nurse noted the lack of response, then walked back out. The door clicked shut behind her. The girls sat in it, the silence, the humiliation, the ache in their bones and pride. The television mounted on the wall played softly, the volume barely above a whisper. In other news, a local high school incident is making waves across social media after footage went viral earlier this afternoon. All three heads turned slowly toward the screen. A blurry video, clearly taken from a student's phone, showed a girl, small, focused, and frighteningly fast, spinning into a perfect kick that sent another student flying into a row of lockers. The video paused mid-motion, freeze-framing Maya's body in midair, her eyes calm, expression unreadable. Beneath the footage, a headline crawled across the bottom of the screen: "Teen defends self from bullies, martial arts training raises questions about school safety." Brielle squinted. "That's us." Ashley said nothing. Her fingers curled slowly into the bedsheets. The reporter's voice continued. "School administrators have confirmed that the girl involved, Maya Lee, acted in self-defense. No disciplinary action will be taken." Several students who witnessed the altercation described her as calm and focused. Others were less generous in their descriptions. A montage of students being interviewed followed. "She straight up destroyed them," one boy laughed. "I heard she's a black belt in like 3 martial arts," another said. "No, she's just been quiet. People always mess with the quiet ones. Now they know." The girls stared at the screen, watching the damage unfold a second time, this time from a dozen angles. "Slowed down, replayed, hashtagged," Brielle whispered. "She broke Ashley's rib." Tasha swallowed. "She didn't even look angry. That's what scared me the most." Ashley flinched. Her gaze was locked on the screen. The video ended. The next story started playing, but none of them heard it. Maya's face lingered in their minds longer than it had on the TV. Across town, the sun dipped below the horizon, casting golden light across the hardwood floor of a small, quiet dojo. Maya sat in the center of the mat, legs crossed, spine straight, hands resting on her knees. Her bruised knuckles were freshly wrapped in clean white tape. Her repaired necklace now hung around her neck, the mended chain nearly invisible. The locket was closed, the picture safely back inside. Before her was a framed photograph of her mother, placed neatly on a small wooden altar near the front of the room. A single candle flickered beside it. She didn't speak, just breathed. Her sensei stood nearby, arms folded, watching her with a mix of pride and concern. He didn't say anything either. He didn't need to. Maya had said everything she needed to with her actions. The candle's flame danced in the dim room. Maya closed her eyes, letting the quiet return. Not the silence of being ignored, but the kind that came from peace, hard-earned and unshaken. When the meditation ended, she bowed once to the photo, then once to the mat. She stood and walked to the side of the dojo where her bag lay. She moved without limping, despite the ache in her legs from the kicks she'd thrown. Pain was temporary, so was fear, but respect, that was earned. Her phone buzzed with a new message. A text from someone she didn't know read, "You don't know me, but, thank you for standing up to them." Another came through seconds later. Then another. Maya stared at the screen, then turned it face down and put it in her pocket. That wasn't why she did it. She hadn't wanted an audience. She didn't even want revenge. She just wanted the last thing her mom ever gave her to be safe. And maybe, just maybe, for people like Ashley to realize that cruelty has a cost. And sometimes, the quiet girl they pick on isn't afraid to make them pay it.